something, and it means that you grow. You grow, and your mind grows, and you discover things, you discover people, and you decide what's good for you from all of that experiences. Also, it's very, very important, of course, for your career life and CV and all of that stuff. But at the moment, like in the moment itself, it's the most important thing.
Okay, so for you, this volunteering stuff is also a way to you are yourself to
Engage.
engage, and also you are yourself in process
Yes.
of learning and
To
to
learn, to
understand
develop, to know
yourself.
people, to have friends, everything. It's just a very, very beautiful thing to be active member in society. Yeah.
For you, it's really important.
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting. What are you studying already?
I study business administration, a major in marketing, and a minor in management. Oh, this is a lot.
In minor in what?
Management, business
Management.
management,
Okay.
yes.
And you have still how many years you still
Two.
have to be graduated?
2 years, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
What are you plan after when you finish your
After,
studies? Do you
I
know
don't
already?
know. I don't
Okay.
know because it's really hard to figure out because the marketing field is a very challenging field because nowadays it's somehow, I don't know how to say, but it's like the leading marketing. You lead people to do some stuff by the ads and all of that things. I don't want to be part of that. I want to do something creative and use the marketing to do something creative and good for people, good for humanity. I don't know what is it yet because I'm new to the field. I haven't studied it yet. Um, it will begin when I go after the project to study marketing, so I don't know yet how to use it. But I want to, it includes a lot of psychology. Like studying marketing, it means that you study the human behavior and all of that stuff, and it's really important and very interesting for me to learn. So I want to use this kind of psychology and human behavior in something that would really affect people, not just ads or just like Coca-Cola ad. No, I don't want to do this. Even though it's not a bad thing, or it's gonna bring you also a lot of money, but I don't want to do this. I don't know still, and I want to travel a lot. So maybe I will just go abroad to work, or maybe work in travel agency. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I still, you're just exploring things. And when I came here to Egypt, to Europe, I've also found a lot of things that maybe I would be interested in. So I still don't know. It's really hard to say.
Hmm. Why is so important traveling for you?
Because there is a lot in the world, and this is for me. To be honest, I don't want to be cheesy or something, but for me, Earth is my home, and I want to see everything about Earth. I want to see people from all of the countries. I want to see and to feel the wind all over, like all mountains and all of that things. I want to see the Earth. I want to feel it. I want to be really part of it. I just don't want to live like in Egypt all of my life, and that's it. No, I'm citizen of the world. I'm not just Egyptian. Um, that's for me. And I know that the borders separate people, and like you can say this one is French and this one is Italian, and actually the border is just a line, and we are all citizens of the world, and we are all citizens of the earth. So it's our home, and there is something very, very important that I've learned here in Camposfera, that I don't know how to say it, but when you have, for example, this Coca-Cola bottle, you bought it, so you have to dispose it. Where are you gonna put it? You're gonna put it in the trash. Then someone is gonna grab it from the trash and put it somewhere else, and it's a cycle. The earth is just a cube. Everything you put in there, it's gonna stay there. So I need to be careful about my decisions and how to dispose things. If it's gonna be disposed in the right way, I will buy it. If it's not gonna be disposed in the right way, I won't buy it, because it's like I don't know how to say. It's like a box. Whatever you put there, it's gonna stay there. You can't get it out. We can't take trash from the earth and put it into another planet. It's gonna stay there, you know. So whatever we produce, whatever we create, it's gonna still there. All of the gases that we produce, all of the materials, all of the matters, all of everything is gonna stay there if you're not gonna change it into something else useful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is very very important. I have felt it, I have touched it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. We all know that, oh, we need to be like ecological and all that stuff, but when you touch it, when you, for example, if you haven't removed your hairs in the shower, it's not gonna be working anymore. So this is the definition of what we are having here on earth. If you put something in there, it's gonna be there. You
Mm-hmm.
have to dispose it in the right way to make the process go. I don't know if you got my point or not,
Mm-hmm.
but this is what I've learned here, and this is very very important for me. And yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is also the point I wanted to come on,
Mhm.
like your life in campus, Farah. Do you
Mhm.
have some expectation before coming here? You said you choose this subject because of this reason. You choose this project because of this reason,
Um.
ecology, etc. And like when you get admitted
Mhm.
to this project, like what was your expectation? How do you feel it would be, and etc.
Look, I was really, really desperate that I would be accepted in any project. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
applied for, I don't know, like tens and tens of projects from all over the world. And I was, I just was, I really wanted to travel this summer, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
extremely, I want to travel. So, when this project, like accepted me, and I've been like, oh my god, I'll be there in Poland and in an ecological village and all of that stuff. So I started being super super excited. I just couldn't believe it for some days that, oh my god, I'm traveling and all of that stuff. And for Campus Fera, I had a lot of dreams to be here really, because it's a beautiful place for in my opinion, and I had a lot of expectations that um, I would learn a lot about people, about cultures, about myself, about life, about Earth, and all of that stuff. And it's true, I have accomplished that. I have learned a lot about all of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and just happiness. This was my expectation, that I will be happy. I'll meet people and have some fun and all of that stuff. I will be excited every day to do something new, and yeah, this was all of my expectations. I never had really like
Mm-hmm.
a solid things that,
For example,
because I don't really want to make expectations. I want to be surprised, you know.
okay,
Like, but I wanted to be happy, and I expected to be happy, and this is what happened.
okay.
So yeah.
You didn't have any aim like or objective like we come to do this or to do this or to learn this personally. You were open
To be
to the
happy,
fields.
yes,
To
to
be
be
happy.
happy.
Okay.
This is the feeling. The things itself, I don't know. I'm open to everything. I want to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So you said a lot of positive things about what you learned
Mm-hmm.
here and also that it was related to you. You wanted to meet people, experience new things.
Yes.
But in the other side, is there any like
Mm.
negative thing that you would say? I mean,
Yes, of course, of course. And there's nothing like completely positive, of course.
or also
Um,
some frustration you experience or stuff like this.
maybe the organization is not the best, to be honest, but
Mm-hmm.
human errors are there
Okay.
everywhere, you know, and sometimes it's really hard to manage a huge number of people and all of that. So I understand, but the point is that I would love, I would have loved to see the project much more organized or something, and to sometimes we have days that it's boring, or we just do like not very important things
Mm-hmm.
to ecology, or I
Okay.
expected that we would learn more, like to get a proper learning experience about ecology, but I think we didn't. We just work with the environment or work with nature. We haven't received a lot of knowledge about it, or
Okay.
about the gardening, about trees, about all of that stuff. So I think I would love that Campus Vera could like teach people more about nature. not just
Okay.
letting them do things, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, what kind of, I don't know, training or
Yeah,
would
like
have been
maybe
nice for you?
workshops or something, like to learn how um, to plant trees, or to I don't know, maybe things that different corps here in Poland, to learn how to plant them, or how to like recycle properly, because there are
Mm-hmm.
like some signs on plastic sheets or whatever, that to understand these recycling stuff, to know what's the cycle of trashing in Poland, for example,
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff. Like we just do it, we don't know, and I would love really to know what's the cycle because how could we say that we are ecological, that we don't know where this we're just doing, you know? We need to believe in what we're doing, and to be sure that this is, yeah, we know that 1 2 3 is gonna happen because we disposed our products in the right way.
Okay, so more specific learning
Of
about the
course,
thing.
like a workshop, like for 4 hours or something, that you get a proper knowledge, you get a proper learning experience, not
Okay.
just by saying it for 10 minutes or something. No.
Okay. That you need to put this in the trash, but you don't
Yes.
know what has happened
Yeah.
after and before and
Mhm.
how you can improve the process in
Yes.
general. Okay. Um, it was your first time living with 19 other young people
Yes.
or living with other people in general? You always live with your family?
No, it wasn't my first
Okay.
time, because I was in ISEC, as I've told you before, and we have like annual conferences that we go in a hotel or something, and we all like stay together there. So I've always like had roommates, and maybe in dorms and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I've also in Europe I stayed in hostels, so I had
Mm-hmm.
maybe 8 people in the room. So it's not my first time, but like for a month or 6 weeks, yes, of course. This is
With
my first
19
time.
people, it's a lot
Yeah,
also.
yeah. But no, I don't find it a lot actually,
Yeah?
because yeah, it's okay for me, because for example in Isaac we were like 100 or something, so we were a
Okay.
lot of people.
How it's working? You 100 people going in a place for doing something?
No, we stay there. We book like 3 days in
Mm-hmm.
that hotel, and we stay because we have like conference and workshops
Mm.
all the 3 days long. We have like from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. workshops, so we needed to book like three full days there,
Mm-hmm.
and we booked night theirs as well. So we stayed together in maybe like triple rooms, or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But for a month here in Campus Ferra, what you learn about living with these people, this experience of
Like
living?
on,
Mm-hmm.
you mean related to the people thing?
Really related to the people, to
Um,
this sharing experience of the place, of sharing the place,
yeah,
of working together, of finding solution.
I'll tell you
Also, sometimes
something.
you struggle with the people, like.
Um, what I've learned, or what
Mm-hmm.
I've seen or observed here
Mm-hmm.
in Europe, like generally, that people care for each other, really. Like when you sit on a chair, and after you go, you need to clean that chair for other people to sit down. Or when you use something, you just need to put it there for other people to use it, and all of that stuff. It meant a lot to me, because we call it ihsan, which means to be kind to objects,
Okay.
not only to people. To be kind to people, to objects, to the plants, to the animals, to the world. You just be kind to everything surrounding you.
And you find this here in
Yes,
this
I
place.
found it here in Europe generally, and in Camposfera I found that it's part of the culture here in Camposfera that we need to be careful with whatever we are using, because there are people who will come and use it again, and they need it to be clean and nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a shower, you need to clean it for the other person who will use it, because it's something that you love them, and if you don't love people, you won't care.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if I love you, Jessica, for example, so I need to clean my place for you to sit down after me.
Mm-hmm.
For that, you know. And I love everybody here in Campus Fair, really, and I want them to have the best experience ever, such as I am having. And I'm working on to like be kind with the surroundings as well for anyone to use. It's just not just the people that I love, for anyone, wherever I go. So this is my new value. Yes.
But it was a surprise to find this in Europe, this philosophy. You were not
We have it
expecting.
in Egypt as well and in Arabic countries, but not extremely applied.
Okay.
Like few people apply it because I don't know, but in like in Egypt, it's a developing country. It's not a rich country, or it's not like a very developed country, and we are trying to develop it, but it's somehow there are very poor parts in Egypt. Not all of it. Like maybe in the north, it's rich and civilized and all that stuff, but in the south, it's not like that. So the cost of living is really expensive, and the facilitations and the government and all of that stuff, it's developing. So it's not like the best situation ever. So people are are not living in ease. So maybe here in maybe here in Egypt, maybe here in Europe, it's people people live in ease. If they want work, they would have the government would support them. They have appropriate streets, clean streets. They have life is easier, you know. It's really hard to do this in a poor country because you need the food for maybe education or to a lot of things. So people just live with stress. So they don't have a lot of time or mind. um, I don't know how to say it, like to think more about other people because they have already their problems. So you know, they have already their problems and they need a lot of stuff, and money maybe it's not enough. So they don't have the opportunity to think of others. Not all of them, of
They don't
course,
have.
you know. But I mean, like the majority, they just care about themselves because they have already enough problems and they have already their own needs and all of that. But sometimes from these people, they care more about other people than themselves. So it's not like a generalized thing, such as here in Europe, because in Europe, as I said before, life is much more easier for people. If you don't have a job, the government can support you. It doesn't happen in Egypt, you know. So yeah.
Do you have some specific example of this that you experienced in Europe, here in Campus Farah, or in the travel you made before,
Um,
that there is this philosophy of caring about people in general that
um,
you don't find in Egypt? You said like if you are
no, I
jobless, but
find it, of
also
course, but not that much. I
not
mean,
that
like it's
much.
not
Yes.
general. You find, but it's maybe not rare, but it's few. Few that you will see people like this. But in Europe, it's a general thing.
Okay.
Everywhere you go, you'll find people who have care for each other and for things and all of that stuff. So it's different.
Okay.
I don't really have like one example, but
It's a feeling.
the feeling, yeah, you feeling the get from I don't know. It's a feeling you get. It's not like one thing that you do and you get the feeling, you know.
I think it's interesting because
Who are you?
I'm sorry.
Hey.
Okay. Ah, the interview.
yes.
Oh, very nice. Let's go.
So serious.
Oh, she's just recording until then she will make it.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I will not. It's okay, but maybe we can finish and then later.
Good job, sir.
So I think this point is really interesting because I think in Europe it's common to think that people are more selfish and more individualist because of the general philosophy of capitalism, liberalism, and also because consumption, like politics in general and also history make the people think that they need to think individual. And I think a lot of Western people think that in developing country like Egypt or I don't know Arabic country, African country, or country in Asia also, people are more into sharing, into caring, because maybe they have less money and they know that it's more important to share and to think about the people than thinking about what you can get from them or what you can get from yourself, you know. And actually, you see something that's the opposite of this. So,
Um, this is what maybe in in Cairo, but I have a friend who like went walking for 3 days to visit different cities. He literally walked for 3 days, and he met a lot of people, like extremely poor people, who offered him food and stay, and gave him the best food ever that even they don't have for themselves, you know. So it's not a generalized rule because Egyptians or Arab, they are known for their generosity and hospitality, you know. So maybe few people, or I don't really know. I can't say something general, but it's general that yeah, people are hospitable and generous, and whenever they find someone in need, they help them, you know. But I mean, like, because of the economic stuff and problems and the money things and all that stuff, um, people are they feel stress, but they help people in need. They still help people, but they are not like butterflies are not around. They are stressed because maybe the other day I won't find, you know. I don't really know because I haven't seen a lot of cities in Egypt, sadly, and I will. And then I could tell you what is it like. But for now, I don't really know.
okay. Let's go back on Compostela. Do you think that this experience will bring you something for the future in your life? And if yes,
Of
what, for
course, yes.
example?
Mm, the most important thing that um, I've learned more about Earth, and this is so important for me. I want to consider it in every decision I make, and to be like to do something for it. You know, back in Egypt, we don't have a lot of we have awareness, but not a lot of awareness about environment and nature and all of that stuff. So I really want to be part of raising awareness concerning this point.
Okay, so maybe this is something that you will do when you will come back in
Yes,
your
of
country.
course, yes.
Not Do you have some principle of life or values that you had before coming here and that come stronger after this experience, or in the opposite, that change?
Hello.
Hello.
It's really hard question.
Can I use this?
Yes, of course, yeah. It's really hard. I don't know.
You don't know?
We don't know what.
We are doing
Ask
the
Eric.
interview. After it will be your turn.
Oh.
And you will have things to say, I know, because I like you. And yesterday you said, "Oh, the people they don't take care of the kitchen."
Yeah, but it's okay.
No, but it's interesting. It's interesting because
Before.
people they have a different look
Mhm.
at how we live together, and it's interesting to share.
Yeah, but before that project, I'm in the military service,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in there for with 300 men,
Mm-hmm.
and I live with them about 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and
Whoa.
it's very difficult for me,
Wow.
and it's okay. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. After it's your turn because you have nice things to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is okay.
It's a really
Now,
hard question.
no, it's okay. It's okay. You speak about a lot of interesting things. You don't know to answer all the questions. Now you are here for 4 months. Do you already? I mean, it's not the experience is not finished, but what is your best souvenir here from here, if you have one?
What's the best one?
The best souvenir, like the souvenir. We say that in English. I don't know. Let me check.
Souvenir, it's the thing that you grab.
Yes, souvenir.